Hey guys, I wanted to make a video or a recording for you guys who God uses uniquely. And this is also to all of my churchy, holier than thou, perfect individuals. Okay, so I just had this conversation with one of my employees. Okay, I had her to watch my video, the three transitional seasons in life, the beginning, the middle, and the end. And I will attach that link to this video in the description. That video was of my conference here in Charleston, South Carolina, almost at 600 views now. And if you look at the comment section, you will see how many people have been blessed by that video, as well as blessed on the Keith Sweat daily page. That video has had thousands of likes, thousands of views, because it's real, it's authentic, and it's truthful. So I've had two people out of the thousands who like it. And sadly, I don't know why we as individuals have to even address the few, sometimes a couple of negative people or people who are just so simple-minded. So initially I had someone, when the video first came out, who sent me a message, and then someone today who I had to check about after the conference. I had Frankie, Beverly, and Mays being played by my saxophonist, Earl White. Now, mind you, it's not R. Kelly, bump and grind. It's Frankie, Beverly, and Mays. We are one, which fits the theme for the conference. We're one. We're embracing each other. We are all living this thing called life together. We are all trying to find God on different paths and all that good stuff. Right. Now, it makes quite sense to me why the chosen ones, the ones who God chooses to use in a unique form, went through hell early on in their lives. You may have been through a lot of criticism or judgment early on in your life because people didn't understand you. In fact, there's a good chance you didn't understand yourself, because when you're chosen, God have to set you apart. So that's why there's a good chance you never really fit in with the normal crowds, because you're not normal. You're chosen. So even though it may have been painful at that time that no one understood you, even when you didn't understand yourself, it was all part of the plan, all part of God's destiny, because he knew what he had for you to do later on in life. So during those times that you dealt with the criticism or the individuals who misunderstood you, that was preparation. Because when you go to your destiny, once you reach your full destiny, you're going to have to deal with worse. But you are equipped, because that time in the past equipped you and immune you to individuals with small mindsets, small thinkings, or just mediocre mindsets that they can't broaden their thinking wide enough to know that God uses people differently. I am so confident in this that nobody can shake my beliefs in how God uses me. So I want to be an encourager to someone who God may be using in a unique and a different way, but the judgment of people is causing them to second guess how God has called you. Please know, if God has called you in a unique way, you are required. I don't care about the pressure. I don't care about judgment. You are required to move forward in the direction in how he is using you. And that may not be in the most churchy, holy, sanctified, on the front row church every Sunday morning. Well, let me tell you what I have experienced for a very, very long time. Okay. Some of these churchy folks who have a problem with a saxophonist playing Frankie, Beverly, and Mays, honey, is these same folks that are at church every Sunday on the front row and at church 9 days a week. Yes, I said 9 days a week. But when they get home, they are not submissive to their husband. In fact, they are literally punking their men down They are cursing and using profanity behind closed doors. They are drinking wine and alcohol behind closed doors. They are not operating from a place of love and snapping on people behind closed doors. Well, let me just tell you, you behind closed doors folks, God is going to deal with you in a whole nother level, because God is about truth and authenticity. Let me tell you, you will bring so much people closer to you. You will have people gravitate towards you when you are being real enough to say, I'm in the process. God ain't through with me yet. You must be mindful that some people find God's overnight. I've had a friend who literally, he had gotten, it's a long story, but he got robbed and they made him smoke some crack to verify that the crack had been a certain grade or something of the story he was telling me. And he instantly became addicted to crack. 20 years later, he was still addicted to crack. And he almost died in a crack house. And in that moment that he had almost died, he literally found God in that moment. And his life shifted overnight. So he went from the crackhead to the preacher. But his life shifted overnight. Wonderful. That's not for everyone. Some people will be in a process for a very long time. And that is why God tells you not to judge people, because who are you? You cannot judge somebody else's process. In fact, you're going to be judged for judging someone else's process because you're not God. You do what works for you. Mind your business, because most of you can't get your life together and on the right path. And the reason why God can't use you in abundance and on a larger platform is because he knew you would try to criticize and critique individuals that he is using in different ways. So rather than he come in and allow you to interrupt what he has going on, he's going to keep you right there with your two people judging each other behind closed doors, whatever y'all do. So I want to encourage you, if you're someone who God uses differently, and I mean it's not in church, okay, keep doing what you do. Because people have to understand, not everyone is a spiritual speaker. Some people are inspirational speakers. I would never tell anybody I'm a preacher and I in the Bible scripture. That ain't me, hunty. I'm an inspirational speaker. I inspire others. I motivate others. And then I have a twist where I tell people, ultimately, after inspiration, after motivation, I'm letting you know that having a relationship with God, a relationship, I'm not speaking religion, a relationship with God is what ultimately will allow you to find peace and authentic happiness, to the point that you will not even have time to worry about somebody else's walk, honey, because you're so focused on trying to get your walk together and in your process. Child, you ain't got time to be worried about what anybody else doing. God will deal with you accordingly. He will deal with me. Mind your business. Churchy, holy than now, folks. Mind your business and get your life in order, because it's not in order. I can look in your eyes and tell, honey. I carry discernment, empathy, everything else. You ain't right. I'm telling you ain't right, but you're worrying about somebody else. In fact, you're operating from a place of jealousy because you see how God is increasing others' platform. He are increasing their platform because he can use them more. So get yourself together. All right, it's your girl, Kizzy Rock. I will attach the 3 Seasons conference video in this link for in the description for you guys who have not seen that video yet. You guys keep moving forward, honey, because 2020 is the year of manifestation and revelation. 2020 is the year that you will conquer all your goals, but you must do the work. So make sure you watch that video. You guys have a great one.